Hello everyone, my name is Martha Montoya Bencomo, and perhaps you have seen me at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church or at St. Barnabas Episcopal School or at Kairos Outside Ministry and or at the Honduras Missions Team. Basically, I just mentioned where I have been serving the Lord in the last 2 years. And this has been by the grace of God. He has been so kind to me in putting me with this beautiful family at St. Barnabas. I'm also a full-time international student at Asbury Theological Seminary. This is my fourth semester. I am to finish it in 2 weeks. It has been quite intense. And my hope is that the program that I'm doing, which is called Master of Divinity, I will be done in 2.5, max 3 years, which is a lot of time. But we'll see, it's one step at a time. And this year, or this semester, one of my courses is Mentor Ministry 520. And with the approval of Rector Father Brian Garrison, Father Comforted and Mrs. Judy King are my mentors. And it has been a tremendous blessing to be mentored by them. I cannot be more thankful or it's been really amazing. So this summer, I am taking another course that is called MM 720, which means Mentor Ministry 720. And this course is going to be a mission trip to Romania. So it's going to be on July 11 to the 20th, basically like in about 2 months. So I'm going to just show you Romania. Perhaps some of you listening are from Romania, and I would love to know you, to meet you. So if we go to the Europe, where it's a little bit, so it's just a little further than Europe. And that's where I'm going to be. There are 2 cities that are going to be our destination, which is the city of Sibiu and the city of Arad. Why am I going? Well, apart from being a seminary requirement, the Lord has placed missions in my heart from the very beginning as I began walking with Him, surrendering my life to Jesus. That has been almost 30 years ago. And it has been the most beautiful journey of faith and love. It's been just amazing. So with this in place, where am I going and with which organization? Well, I'm going with another 10 students of Asbury across the USA. I have not met them yet. We will be meeting through Zoom in the months of June and part of July, and that will be our team formation. And also that person that is leading this mission trip to Romania is Dr. Randy Jessen, who has been in Romania for about 19 times, perhaps, and has brought to Romania volunteers in mission trips. He also has adopted children from Romania, and he has a website that is called globalhope.org. So we're going with a person who is very well acquainted, familiar, and very well known within Romania's missions and things to do over there. So our destination will be Sibiu, Arad, and one day in Budapest. We're going to be going to, what will I do? So Light from Light United Methodist Church will be the one welcoming us in Sibiu, Romania, and we will mainly participate in kids ministry like Super Kids Academy or Anna's House Home for Abandoned Children, or Eden's House, which is a home for adults with disabilities. And we're also going to a Christian camp. As well, we will have some instructors for academic instructions, which will be the day in Budapest. Will be Dr. Romika Yuga from the University of Budapest, and will be Dr. Ovi Dragan, which is a former student of Asbury. And I just want to make a parenthesis. Uh, the activities we will going to be involved with is mainly children. And before I knew of this agenda, I had Romania in my heart since the beginning of the year. In fact, since probably going to my first trip to Honduras, which I continuously have the mishap of saying, "Oh, I'm going to Romania," but then I thought, "Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to Honduras." So it was quite strange what happened. So when I heard that MM720 was Romania, then I understood what was happening in my heart. The Lord was forming me or preparing me for this season. So the places that we're going is for children that are abandoned, for adults that have disabilities, and summer camps. In my time in Canada, I came from Canada and I lived in Canada 27 years. And the Lord has a wonderful sense of humor. In those 27 years, I have always worked with children. And one of the questions that someone asked me in the first church I joined as a new believer, they said, I was kind of a magnet to children. So someone asked, "Oh, do you like children?" And this was a Spanish community. And I said, "Yes, I like them, one at a time and far away," which was a terrible thing to say. It was my first year of believer. And I said, "Oh my goodness," I say that aloud. And because of God's wonderful sense of humor, there has been not a moment that I have not been surrounded by children. So, when the Lord has redeemed the gift to be with them, and it's just His grace abounding when I am with them. And as well, I have worked with adults with physical and mental disabilities. I have worked with seniors. So basically, I have worked from kids babysitting to all the way in the age group to seniors. The Lord has been so kind to me, and with much grace and favor, I have gone through all those ranges from babies to seniors. Anyhow, so this is kind of connecting Romania and the agenda and my journey. So that's how it fits. What are my prayer needs? Definitely praying for the mission trip that it will be according to God's will. No opposition, no delays, no conflict. We are bonding in the team formation only through Zoom. 3 meetings in the month of June, and we're gonna meet in the airport. That will be the first time we connect in person, and we're gonna spend from the 11th to the 20th together. So it will be quite a challenge. So we need grace and favor to be together and work in one spirit. So that will be a prayer need. As well, that as we go and we are commissioned to do His work, that His work will remain, that it will be fruit that remain and glorify His name. What do I hope to learn? We will focus on the cross-cultural discovery, cultural sensitivity, personal spiritual formation, and the ability to reflect personally and theologically on dynamic experiences. And how this fits in my life plans? Well, among other reasons, the Lord has spoken early, probably in half the way my journey, about a compassion ministry. And in most cases, compassion ministries look like Mother Teresa, tending to the poorest of the poor, like Heidi Baker, who is currently in Africa and Mozambique. And I was part of a mission school in 2016. I was there for 3 months in Africa and 2 months in Mozambique and 1 month in Madagascar, again, around children. So the Lord has kind of prepared my heart to go and to work around that area, compassion ministry. Of course, not everyone's called to the nations, but every one of us is called to be compassionate. The Lord had compassion, and it's just a matter of stopping for the one at a time. It's almost like just stop for the one, and to be a blessing, to give away food, water, clothing. Smyrna has a great place that is doing that currently. So how much support do I need? A lot. Spiritually, all prayers are highly appreciated, And of course, I am preparing myself spiritually, the spiritual disciplines that we are to practice on a regular basis. I think this requires much emphasis since it's a great project to go. Financially, so the in-country expenses in Romania will be about $800 in US dollars. And the airfare could range between 2,000 American dollars and 2,500 American dollars. Around altogether, sum up, it will be around 3,300 American dollars. So I'm praying for all the provision. The Lord has been so faithful. I mean, I have seen the hand of the Lord ahead of me in ways that I could never have imagined. So I know nothing is impossible for those who believe, and hope does not disappoint. So I'm just casting out my net and saying, yes, I need support from you. And more than I need support from you, let me keep going. I'll share something important. So are the gifts that you are going to support me with tax deductible? Yes, they are. Yay, God. Father Brian, who all of you may know, kindly welcomes you to do any donation through St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. And I'll show you the link. I hope you can see it. That's the link of St. Barnabas at the bottom. So you go, if you go to St. Barnabas Episcopal in the land, and then when you go to the page, you go to giving, and you scroll down, and you're going to find that section that is said Easy Tithe, and then it's going to give you this link. In that part, Angela, who works at St. Barnabas, is going to place missions, Romanian missions, and that will be a donation that will go towards this trip. So I kindly appreciate it. Anything that the Lord placed in your heart, it will be greatly appreciated, and it's an investment in the kingdom for Him. So that's one of the things. So it's tax deductible. The other way to give is that you can write a check as well, and the check will be written to St. Barnabas Episcopal Church, and in brackets to write Martha's Romania mission trip, which thanks again. So I thank you so much for listening. I want to thank you in advance for your kind and generous support. Any amount that you give is a blessing, and the Lord surely will multiply it as you sow into His kingdom, sending me to missions to do His calling. And I just want to add that I am blessed, and I have been really blessed through giving my time and my service in all what the Lord has asked me and placed me to do. By His grace, I have been placed in the center of St. Barnabas since the very beginning. The very first day I arrived at Orlando, or I arrived at Ormond Beach, my first appointment was with Paul Garcia. And that was the beginning of me at St. Barnabas, which is how the Lord put things together, is beyond our imagination. So I'm really blessed being a blessing. And the joy is through the giving. That's where joy comes from. When we give out of the abundance, the Lord will certainly give us the joy, because there is joy in giving. There is joy in loving. So this is what we do. I will leave you with a Bible verse from Paul in the book of Philippians. It says, Philippians 4:17. Paul, he says, not that I desire your gifts. Rather, what I desire is that more be credited to your account. He's saying, well, thank you for your gifts, my friend. I really appreciate it. But more than this, I want that the Lord gives back to you into your account. This is a greater blessing. So thank you for giving. But my desire is that the Lord sees your offering, sees your gift that will be pleasing to Him. And He will give you back to you in the ways you need. And I'm 100% sure of that He will not disappoint you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to connect with me. Could be through Father Comforter or Mrs. Judy King. They know how to reach me, or Father Brian as well. If you have any questions about the missions, I'll be more than happy to give you any answers, I would love to talk to you about it. As well, I will follow up with a newsletter if you would like to sign up for a newsletter to inform you about the missions and how things are going, and also to support me with prayer. So thank you so very much, and looking forward to hear from you. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you. May He give you peace in all of you do. God bless you, and thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.